If you pay attention to the Easter eggs and hints that Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones habitually hides and drops when he speaks publicly, you know to take stock in searching between the lines and in the crevices of this week's comments regarding DeMarcus Lawrence's contract situation. Portrayed by some as Jerry declining to speak on the subject on Tuesday, which happened to be the first day NFL teams could place the franchise tag on players, Mr. Jones actually spoke volumes. Jones said about contract issues with a handful of his own top players, have got a lot of work going on, given that Lawrence is Dallas' written-in-stone top priority. You can hereby ignore any questions about whether any effort has been invested in negotiations with Lawrence and agent David Cantor. Work going on should be interpreted to mean Dallas is working, in the very present tense, on Tank Lawrence stuff. Contrary to what many have been led to believe by errant reports, Tuesday was not a deadline of any sort. It was simply the opening of the window for a team in Dallas' position to tag a player in Lawrence's position. If the two parties don't agree to a deal by March 5th, that will be a true deadline, as it will mark the final day the Cowboys can ensure themselves of retaining the services of the player. And even after that comes an even more true deadline, as the club will be able to attempt to negotiate with the player on a long-term deal until July 17th. I'm not going to get into any of our strategy, and it is strategic, Jones said after overseeing a news conference at it. And Mikey Garcia, DeMarcus is certainly a significant part of now and the future. But we're in the stages of planning on all of our personnel, more Easter eggs and hints. Again, the Cowboys are involved in strategizing about Lawrence. And again comes a pledge regarding Tank's long-term future with the club, as future doesn't likely mean 10 more months with the Cowboys. Which falls in line with all the things the Joneses have repeatedly uttered about their tank plans over the course of months. As COO Stephen Jones said at the Senior Bowl, "We're not going to not use the tag. But our goal is to sign Lawrence up long-term." I've speculated that when he tweeted last week, "They lying," it might be a cryptic reference to that possibility. After all, I know that Lawrence feels he was essentially promised that he'd be rewarded if it show me season in 2018, while cooperatively playing under the tag, demonstrated him to be as productive as he'd been the season before. And I'm among those who've gotten answers straight from Jerry on that promise. "I make everything a plus for DeMarcus," Jerry recently told us. "No one has given any more, or prepared any better, or performed any better than DeMarcus has. So I'm all for that." Amid all of this, I've reported some level of optimism inside the building regarding the future of Lawrence in Dallas under the terms of a long-term contract most of us assume will pay him at least $20 million a year. Yet my respected colleague Ian Rapoport of NFL Network is reporting otherwise, and doing so forcefully enough that he predicts Lawrence is likely getting tagged due to no momentum on a deal yet. From NFL Total Access, in advance of Tuesday's opening of the franchise tag window, here is a quick look at 4 pass rushers likely to be tagged. pic.twitter.com/xdelisa7, Ian Rapoport, at RepSheet, February 16, 2019. I'll stick with my angle. In the case of Tank, he was tagged last year at $17.10 mil and this year would be tagged at $20 mil. A long-term deal worth $2 mil per year seems sensible for a stud player not yet 27 years old. So is there animosity, conflict, anger between the two sides at this stage? None, Jerry Jones said. There's just absolutely none, as far as I'm concerned. It's one of the best relationships I have or ever had with a player. The relationship is outstanding. Cowboys fans hope that's yet another Easter egg and another hint of DeMarcus Lawrence positivity to come.